Okay, it's time for our no, we got one more. Second from the last collab for the month of December for our Vlogmas with Edie, Joan, and Kim. I am making the Walkabout creamy onion soup from Outback. They discontinued it on the menu. I don't know why, because it was always my go-to soup when I went, and I found this recipe. So let me turn you around and show you the ingredients. As always, I'll put the links to Joan, Edie, and Kim's channel in the description box down below. At the end of the video, you might want to screenshot it. I'll leave the ingredients and the recipe on how to make the soup. So let's get started. These are the ingredients you're going to need for the Outback Walkabout onion soup. You're going to need some shredded cheese to put on the top when you're done, and obviously some Velveeta cheese for the cheesy part of the onion soup. Some flour, 6 tablespoons of butter, 2 bouillon cubes, not this whole thing of chicken broth. I think it's 13 ounces. I got to measure it out. It says whole milk, so I bought whole milk. We usually drink 2%, but I didn't want to take a chance, so I'm going to use whole milk. Not exactly sure how many onions I'm going to need, so I'm going to start off with 3. But I'll let you know if I needed more along the way. So let me turn you around and we'll get started. Okay, let's get started. It's going to turn out that we're going to need 4 onions. I had 3 out originally, but I just want to show you how I'm slicing them just so you can see exactly how I'm doing it. I don't know that it's right, but it's the first time I'm making this recipe, so we'll learn together. So what I just did was I just sliced them this way first, and then I just cut this in half and put it in my jar, my measuring cup rather, and then cut that in half. There we go. And then we're going to use 3 tablespoons of the butter right now. Melt it down a little bit first. So once we get this melted, it says to place 3 tablespoons of the butter and the onions in at the same time. So we'll put the onions in. 2 cups of onions. And we're going to just kind of saute these until they're translucent. We don't want them to burn or anything. We're not going to brown them. We're just going to get them translucent. So let's do this first. Oh, I don't like that one. A bit of the greenery. I don't like too much greenery. And once again, I might have made these onions a little bit too big, but this is like a learning process for me. So let me continue on with this, and then I'll be back once they're translucent. Okay, now this is we don't want them to brown, so you want to get it before they start browning, and then we're going to add in our chicken broth. Give that a little bit of a stir. And then we're going to add our bouillon cubes. And just stir it around until they kind of melt in. And then we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. You know, to taste. I do like a little bit of pepper, so put that in. And then some salt. And then we'll just stir this around. We want the bouillon cube to melt, so we'll just stir this until the bouillon cube is melted. And we just want to do this until it's heated through. It doesn't have to be boiling or anything, just kind of heated. And then while it's doing that, we're just going to have it simmer on our back burner. Not really cooking, but just kind of keeping it hot, nice and simmered. And my bouillon cube is all melted in right now, so that's doing good. Then we're going to bring in our pan that we're going to put the soup in, and we're going to add the other 3 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna let that melt in the pan there a little bit. Oh, did I forget? I think I forgot something. Oh, no, I'm doing good. Like I said, I've never made this before, but I want to make sure I do it right. So we're gonna melt the butter. Cut it a little bit smaller so it'll melt a little faster. Kind of like melting butter for your popcorn. You don't want the butter to burn, obviously. You just want it to melt so that when you add the flour, you can make your little bit of roux. Give your onions a stir so they don't burn there. And then we're going to add to this 3 tablespoons of flour. And then stir that in to make it thick. And then once all of that is, you can see that it's all melted together. We're going to add our milk a little bit at a time so it doesn't curdle. I kind of let my milk sit out for a little bit before I started with it. It's starting to lump on me. We don't want it to lump, so. And like I said, I was originally going to do the the Outback chicken, but I've done it in the past. So I will leave a link to my site, my video rather, that I did it once before, so you can see. And let me check my directions here just to make sure I'm doing this right. It said to keep stirring to prevent lumps and make sure it's thick enough like a pudding. So we're going to let this get a little thicker, and then I'll be back. Okay, now we are going to add the onion mixture to it. It smells pretty good. Obviously smells oniony. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of Velveeta cheese to melt. And then we're just going to let this simmer for 30 to 35 minutes after the cheese is melted. And hopefully we will have a good soup. It seems to be doing okay. So I'll bring you back for the taste test. But it actually does, it does look like the Outback soup, so I've got that going for me. I'm happy about that. So I'll be back once it's ready. And there is the finished product. Jim's going to eat a little bit later. I'm going to taste it now. Let me turn you around and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, let's see. It looks just like the Outback soup. And it tastes just like it. I'm very happy with the results. I'm going to spill some on my shirt. Don't waste it. I think I might have a little bit too much onion in it, but other than that, it's delicious. So to do the recipe, let me know. I want to know what you think. So like, comment, subscribe, and share. Very cheesy. Shouldn't talk with your mouth full. See you soon. Don't forget to check out in the description box down below, and I'll list the links to Edie, Kim, and Joan's copycat recipes, and then try them all and let me know what you think. Obviously, subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel and the other channels.